That's right, we're back and we're going out in a van, and I'm really excited to take you where I'm going this time. This time it is a place that's close to my heart and my wife's, as it is a place where we once, well, basically it was our first date hiking. Now, I am out in a van by myself this time because my wife's got to be at work. We've got small van problems. Storage. To be quite honest, actually I could put it away, I'm just being a bit lazy because it's only me going. Now, there is a place I've got to go first before we get to where we're going, and that is to pick tonight's lunch. Now, I do believe, to be honest, with it being just myself, I might treat myself to something a little bit more suave. And tonight, for the first time ever, I will be cooking inside the van. So we'll see what that's like. Hopefully the fan shall surface and get rid of all them stinky smells, and it won't just smell like a burger van. Now, that wouldn't be good. That's right, guys, Morrison's is where we're heading. The finest selection of food. Now, I must remember to plug my fridge in because I did this last time. Put my gear in the fridge, I forgot to plug it in. I've got a little 12-volt fridge that I plug into the mains of the car. I haven't got around to buying a fridge yet, so I use this little 12-volt camping one that we've got. But to be honest, it's perfectly good for what I use. I just plug it in when I'm driving, and then I pull it out when I'm sat, because as long as it's cold and it's cool and the stuff that's in there is cold, it keeps it cool enough, if that makes sense. It was a bit of a waffle, that was, wasn't it? Anyway, let's get inside. Let's go get some food, man. Just got to remember to plug my fridge in. This is my little fridge that I use. It's a little 12-volt fridge that you just plug into cab cigarette lighter, if you like. I don't like to leave it in though, because it will drain the battery, and that's something you've got to bear in mind. So we've got the blueberries just for snackage. Asparagus. One thing about asparagus, I don't know if it's just me, but when I eat asparagus, it makes me piss stink. Milk, skimmed, because we're healthy. Bacon medallions for morning. Suave, a bit of steak. Mushrooms. We can't go nowhere without any eggs. I want to put these in the fridge because I don't want them cracking anymore. But normally I wouldn't stick them in the fridge. We'll save that bag for rubbish. So a friend of mine sent me a meme the other day. Meme, the M-E-M-E. You know, the little clips on Instagram. And it come up and it was a bloke that was probably my age, you know, closer to 40 than 30, let's say. And it said, midlife crisis. And then it was bullet pointed. Buys a van, converts it, buys a dog, goes on walks. And he said to me, he says, is this a bit familiar? I says, well, it's a little bit familiar, isn't it? And that's what I wanted to wonder. Is buying a van and doing this sort of thing, is that a midlife crisis? Midlife crisis? Am I at a midlife crisis? That's something to question, isn't it? So for all you guys out there that are doing the same as me, are we all at midlife crises? Is this where we're at? Is this why we're doing it? Who knows, man? Who knows? Anyway, let's get moving. You'll know if you're coming up the right road, guys, because it's very, very narrow, and it's just off the A53, which is a road that runs from Leek up to Buxton. And you should be going past scenery like this. I can already see campers down here, so that's a good start. Oh, well, we've got £5 car park. I'm hoping it's free up here. Let's have a look. This is where we're at, guys. Okay, and we have arrived on location. Put my coat on now because it's a wee bit nippy. Now let me show you what we've got to see. Down there looks like there's some sort of reservoir, which is nice. That'll be nice in the morning. Hopefully we should get some sort of sun up here. I mean, I'm not too sure where the sun's going down right now, but it'll be nice to see that sun coming up over there. Part of the walk just up the top there, as you can see. But look, there's plenty of space down here, and there's also quite a lot of camper vans, so I'm pretty sure we can park here. It does say something about making sure that you're in with the lines. What have we got? Now there's no such non-parking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the chocks out and try and get a little bit level, because we are a little bit off. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but we are a little bit off. Let's get us level so I'm sleeping nice. Well, in my opinion, I would say that that is pretty darn level. I don't think we've done too bad there. It's now 7:25. I think it's time to get this steak on the go. So what I'm going to do, this is the first time that I have cooked in this van, so it's going to be a bit of a trial and error, really. It keeps spitting outside and it's a bit windy. I don't want to cook out there. I'm going to have to move the curtains along, open up this window, open up the fan, and hopefully that should suck all the air out. The only problem I have is I've forgotten a fork. So I might have to eat it like a caveman, but don't worry, you won't see that. And I've also only brought a small plate. Yeah, it could be interesting. My wife normally packs, as you can tell. Not only do I use my toilet for going to the toilet, it's also good for a little seat. Fits about right, that, doesn't it? Right. Let's grease this baby up. And I know what you're going to say. No seasoning, no salt, no pepper. It's not normally the way I would cook it, but, well, I forgot them, to be honest. So we have to just make do with what we've got. And that is just fillet steak with mushrooms and asparagus. Look at this lovely piece of meat. Also, I would normally let that sit and get down to room temperature, but if I'm completely honest, I'm really hungry and I want the food as soon as possible. I actually think I need to shut this window because it's really drawing the air. Do you hear that? If I open the window, listen, that's how much it sucks through. Crazy, right? But just open it a tiny bit. It's actually drawing so much wind through there, so maybe I just need to open it just a little bit. Ooh, listen to that sizzle, boys. Rubbish. Leave no trace. I've also forgotten a spatula. I mean, we're not getting off to a good start here, are we? What I think I'm going to have to do here is, because the wind is getting sucked through there so hard because of this fan, I think I'm going to have to position this on top of the sink and away from there, because currently it's just blasting the wind. Much better, that. That's much better. It just means that my curtains are probably going to stink. Now we'll chuck in some greens. I really like these bits. I really like this stem. The stems are a bit too much. We chuck in just like the leafy bits. We've got asparagus tips and tender stems. I thought we were just, let's do some of these ones. There we go. And then we'll just bang a few mushrooms in as well. That'll be nice. I'm going to use this, not because it's spitting. It's not spitting at all, but I don't feel like the heat is staying in and getting me veggies nice and, what do you call it? I don't know, cooked. Sautéed, that's the word I was looking for. So let's see what the firecracker's got to say about my cooking. Firecracker, how are you? Here she is. Wifey for lifey. So I forgot to bring a big plate. I forgot to bring a fork. I forgot a sponge and I forgot washing up liquid, but I've got that. But my cooking at the minute is going all right. I mean, what do you think? Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, healthy.
Oh, well, it is. I mean, I've got asparagus, mushrooms, and steak. Anyway, let me speak to my wife. So, guys, that was the firecracker. And for those of you who have not been on the channel before, the firecracker is my wife. Crazy red-haired lady, but I absolutely adore her. I love her to bits. She is probably the cook of the house, and she's also the organiser and gets everything in place and probably packs most of the stuff. As you can see, I've forgotten everything, but well, the cooking's going all right, so at least I'm happy with that. Well, look at that. Not bad, actually, and it all fit on the small plate. Now, I am going to love you and leave you because it's time to eat, and I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty darn hungry, and I've got to eat it with just this, so it is going to be quite caveman-like. Perfect. Then I went and forgot a bloody tea towel as well, didn't I? What am I going to dry me pots with, man? I have to use these bloody tissues. And you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Yeah, that's right. I forgot a spoon. So this really is, I mean, I'm going to have to use this lid to try and eat this yoghurt. Jesus Christ. Screw the nuts. It is getting a little bit dark, and it's going to be time to set up the bed in a minute. Now, I have actually brought with me this time a mattress topper, so I'm looking forward to having a real good sleep in this tonight. Not that it isn't comfortable anyway. The cushions were made by my wife, and she's done an excellent job. It is really comfortable. But I figured, you know what, like, I really want a really comfortable sleep. So to add on top of that, I've now got this like thick mattress topper type thing, and I'm going to stick that on there. And, well, that's going to be absolutely glorious. I've got snacks for the movie. And this, guys, is the final setting for the evening. Looking down onto that reservoir, just looks lovely. There we are. Very quiet. A couple of campers up there. A couple of campers down there. For me, Upton, a beautiful place to stay. As you can imagine, it's getting a bit later now. It's time to get the Netflix out. It's time for me to chill. And I want to catch up with you guys in the morning. Good morning, campers. Oh, Jesus. That was not the best sleep. I don't know if there's like a family of pheasants or something and just sitting outside the van going, cook, 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 cook. But, yeah, not the best sleep, and also a little bit windy. What time are we on? 5:25. Well, I think the sun comes up around 6. So, my guess is if I get up, have a coffee, have some breakfast, get the van sorted out, put the bed away, by that time we should be good to go. Oh. There we go. That's half better. On this occasion, guys, I don't think we're going to be getting any sunrise. Did you hear that pheasant then? Or was it bleeder? Because it seems like it's over the back of there. Well, as much as I'd like to go up and over there, I want to get some breakfast, I want a coffee, and just chill out for 5 minutes before we get on this beautiful hike. Now I need to work out how am I going to cook my eggs on a frying pan without a spatula, and more importantly, how am I going to bloody eat them? Spoon, fork, spatula, bloody everything. I forgot everything, didn't I? Bloody hell. Midlife crisis? No. I'd take this any day rather than being hungover, wasting your day away. Easter bank holiday weekend this is. Now you can imagine a lot of people, especially a lot of my friends, probably will have been out drinking last night, and rightfully so. People deserve to go out and have a few beers. I'm not against that. But for me personally, this is my enjoyment. Right, let's get this show on the road. As you can see, perfect weather for it. I have got me warm kit in my bag just in case it gets a bit chilly, but let's put my thin coat on for now. Now I have got my watch going, it's ready, we're recording, so I can tell you exactly how far it is, how long it takes, and how I get on. We'll have the ascents, the descents, and I'll try and capture as much as I can on here, but look, this is why we do it, man. Bank holiday weekend. You don't want to be lying in bed with a hangover. You want to be out here enjoying this beautiful weather, beautiful scenery, beautiful landscape. So let's get going. As you can see, it must be a bit of a hot spot for the campers because there's quite a few down here as well. So anybody that's in a midlife crisis with a camper van, get your sent up here, guys. Now, if you're wondering why the reservoir is on the right now, well, it's because I went the wrong way. We've got a whole array of different size vehicles down here. We've got like the little Kangos, I think that is. People car camping, little vans, big vans, campers, everything. There she is, in all her glory, that sun. Now I wish I could say it was warm up here, but it certainly isn't. It's very windy. So, and I forgot my gloves as well. Anything else I forgot? Now we have that rock face blocking the wind. So much, the elements ain't attacking me too much, which is nicer. God, can you hear me breathing? Blowing out my arse. Not. I ain't gonna be one of them guys. Put the camera down, walk past it, walk back. I used to do that in my old videos. It took me twice as long to get round a route. There's rock formation up here. You know, it's crazy to think that some people like to come and climb that like freestyle, don't they, without ropes. You wouldn't catch me doing that. Be a bad day if you fell, wouldn't it? I'm not gonna lie, this is starting to piss me off. That's the third dog shit bag I've seen within about 5 minutes. People just chucking shit around in bags. Anywhere like this should never, ever be littered with anything. They should be ashamed of themselves. I tell you what, that wind is chopping right through me. Let's go up here and have a look off the edge, see where we're at. Oh, it's a bit of a drop, isn't it, there? Don't fall down there, would you? This, my dear friends, is the Roaches. Surprisingly, it's very, very quiet. I've only seen one man and his missus, I say missus, wife maybe, and a child. I've not seen anybody. I mean, it's 7:20, but normally in places like this, you have people come to see the sunrise. It's that bank holiday, isn't it? Everybody's been out boozing. Good. Let's find somewhere to hide from the elements and have a coffee. Because there's something I want to ask you guys about, actually. I reckon that spot over there behind that rock will do. So the question I want to ask is, do you guys trust garages, car garages? And the reason I say this is because I'm always suspicious of them, you know? Like, when you take your car there to get it fixed, you are well within the integrity and hopefully trusting the mechanic that, well, what he says and does to your vehicle is true. Now, I recently took my van for a service and an MOT. Also had a tyre changed as well, because I had that bulge. If you remember, if you watched me when I went to Wales, I found out I had a bulge in my tyre. So I went and got that changed. Had the service done first. That would have been about a week before the MOT. Then I took the van in to get the tyre done with the MOT, which I told him about both. I rang him on the day of the MOT. I says, is it done? He says, well, it's failed. I says, what's it failed on? He says, a tyre. I says, well, I told you the tyre needs changing. I priced for the tyre to be changed. Yeah, but the technician wanted to go home or whatever, and I thought, right, okay. Well, hopefully you're not charging me for that, and I don't think they did, to be fair. I didn't see the point in failing the MOT for the sake of a tyre that I'd already told them about and was paying to have done. But anyway, that wasn't the issue. The issue was, so a week after the MOT, it's parked on my drive, and I noticed a dot of oil on the floor. So I looked underneath, and there was a drip of oil coming off the oil filter, which obviously they would have changed on the service. But when it had been dripping, it had spread across the bottom of the sump, the oil sump, the pan at the bottom. And I thought, where's that coming from? Well, anyway, I got underneath and I had a look. And above the oil filter, there's like a bolt with a black attachment to it and a wire. Turns out it's an oil pressure sensor. Now, apparently these are like common faults I've read on the internet. But when I looked at it, the bolt had been loosened. So in my eyes, I feel like they have done that in order for me to go back and say, oh, there's an issue. Now, I don't know whether that's just me being suspicious or maybe that for whatever reason, that bolt had loosened itself. But the reason I'm suspicious is because obviously when I took it there for the MOT, surely they would have seen that because the vehicle is up. So if there's any leakage, they would have seen it. What do you guys think? Do you trust garages, or is it just me being suspicious? I don't want to tarnish garages. That's not my plan. But I just always struggle to trust them. You know, when you take them there, because I don't know much about cars, I just always struggle to trust them that they are going to be integral. They're going to be, their integrity is going to show through. They're going to be truthful. They're not going to add things on that maybe doesn't need doing, or in my case, do something so maybe I have to go back. Now, it might not be the case, but I'm very suspicious about that. It's nice air out the window, and that's a good coffee. Rant over. But please do comment, guys. Tell me what you think. Have you ever had any problems like that? Is it just me? Are you a car mechanic? Do you know about that? Is the garages that do it? I don't know. It just seems a little bit sneaky, you know what I mean? You know what? I really forgot how much I like this walk. I've done it a few times. It's such a pleasant walk. And like I say, it holds a good memory for me and my missus, me and my wife. So it's really nice, very gentle. I don't know, I've seen a top, I've seen boxer shorts, I've seen shit bags, I've seen little bits of rubbish. To be fair, it's actually, I would say clean up here. There's not a lot of rubbish, it's only a little bit. But I've seen quite a few shit bags. So you people with your dogs, sort your act out. Next stop, Luds Church. Let's get down there. That there was the Roaches. It's basically like one big circular walk. There's a road down the bottom, which is where I'm parked on. You can't quite see it here. And you just come up the top and you follow the rock forms all the way across. You know you're on the right path when you're coming out because, well, you're on the path. We're currently 2.6 miles in. Now I'll show you just here the road that we're parked on. So you can see the road running just down the bottom, which runs down there. We're just parked just over there. There's a reservoir look. So what we do is we head down to that little wall. We can see a little runner going through the fence now, and then we turn right where those people are going. And you head down this way, and Luds Church is just down there. Down to there, and that's your figure of 8. So you're going up, so you go up, round, down, and back. For any of you guys who are actually interested in coming here. Okay, so before I get down there and I lose the signal on my phone, I'll give you what it says on Google. So basically this is what it says. Luds Church has a renowned place in history and legend. In the early 1400s, the chasm is said to have been used as a secret place for worship for Lollards, reforming Christians who were opposed to many practices of Roman Catholic Church who were persecuted for their beliefs. So it seems it was a place to, well, I don't know, take what you will from that. But anyway, let's get down there. I don't know what that means. Maybe you do. Maybe you can fill me in. Give me some comments on what it is about. All I know is it's a nice place to visit. So let's go down there. After reading that, it's got quite an eerie feel to it, doesn't it? Because what does persecuted mean? It means like, what, like stood trial in court or something? And surely like in the 1400s, well, I imagine if you got caught doing something wrong, it's not like you go to prison, they chop your head off or something like that. Torture you. I don't know what they did back then, but I couldn't imagine it'd be similar as to what it is now. Going to court, getting a slap on the wrist, vandalising trees like you just seen there. So I did wonder why there were so many trees chopped down. There's a sign here saying that basically the trust is legally required to fell the trees because the disease, these larch trees have a disease called Phytophthora ramarum, whatever that means. Anyway, apparently the disease progresses quickly and it kills all the other trees. So that's why they're chopping these trees down, because there's a lot chopped down. Last time I came down here, it was just full of trees. Well, I suppose you've got to do what you've got to do. Hey, look at this. People have been putting money in there. 50p's, 10p's. Surprised the little yobbos ain't tried to steal that. Get themselves a can of pop. Wow, they really have chopped a lot of trees down, look. They've gone to town on them, and you can see down the bottom there's just loads. Look. That must be a bad disease of whatever it is that's attacking these trees, because there's so many been chopped down. What is that? Why is there a Wellington here? It's not got nothing to do with that worship stuff, has it? Ooh, dum 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 dum. Bit random. It's just a Wellington, one Wellington, a child's Wellington as well. Very strange. This is it, guys. This is Luds Church. And that there is no excuse for. So let's get down here. This is the place of worship. Oh, you have to be very steady on these steps, they're very steep. I can hear other people down here. Maybe it's the worshippers. It's very slippy down here. Well, this is Luds Church, everyone. Doesn't really resemble a church, does it? But you can see why probably worshippers come down here. Be out the elements, unseen, and I suppose if they were doing bad things to people, which that might not be the case, that's just what I'm thinking, and it's out of the way, isn't it? No one's ever going to hear them, see them, be able to stop them. Or maybe they did just come down here to pray. 1400s. This was your church. It's very quiet down here. Right, I'll take you through the rest of it and then we'll head back up to the van. Currently we're on 3.76 miles. It's took an hour and 43. Obviously I have stopped from time to time. So let's get through the bottom of this and we'll head back up to the van. How you doing? You right? And just like that, back out into the woods. We're going to head this way, back up that cross point, back down the road, back to the van. I'll see you guys there. Up in front of us you can see where we've walked, so we come across the top of the Roaches, the rock faces, we come down, then we headed down the hill, down into Luds Church, come back up, and this is the path. So now what we're going to do is head to the crossroads, and that road that I spoke about earlier, we just follow that down to the van. There's your figure of 8, beautiful walk. Summarise the midlife crisis. Van life ain't about midlife crisis. Van life's about getting out and enjoying what there is to be enjoyed. This ain't no midlife crisis. This is living your best life. There's so much out there to be seen, and having a van that you can sleep in is freedom. So shove your midlife crisis up where the sun don't shine. Well guys, that was the Roaches and that was Luds Church. Roaches, Luds Church. This is the road home. So it's coming in at 5 miles 39. I've got about half a mile to walk down here. Currently on 2 hours 16 minutes, so not a bad walk really. If you do like this video, please do like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, I'll pop up every time I've done a video and you'll get to see where I've been. But for now guys, I'm going to head back, hydrate, have some food, and go to the gym, sort this beer barrel out. Take it easy guys, catch you on the next one. Bye bye.